rise and shine, and give y'all the glory. I forgot my glasses this morning. I'm still home, but I did not feel like going back upstairs and mess with that alarm and everything just to get the glasses I can see. Well, hope you have a great day. Happy hump day, Wednesday. Listen, today I want to talk to you about mindset, because that is probably like the key when it comes to determining your success or failure. So most of the time we don't even think about mindset, but that's the most important thing. When my kids was little, I did want my children to be followers. I don't like people that follow behind people. For some reason, I never was the person that followed the crowd. Like, if the crowd was running in one direction, I would walk in the opposite direction. I'm not running where a crowd is running. I'm just not. I'm going in the opposite direction. Whatever the world is doing, I figure out what they do, and I do the opposite of it. I've just always been that way. Like, I never wanted to be a statistic. That's why I wanted to wait till I was married before I had my children. I wanted to, not be involved in drugs and alcohol, because I just didn't want to do what everybody was kind of doing. So I kind of made a path of being the opposite. And I wanted my children not to be followers too. So when they was little, I used to always make them say, every morning I would make them say, I'm a winner, I'm a champion, I can do anything, I'm a leader, not a follower, I love myself. I used to make them sing that and make them say that when it was important to me. And I remember I made them say it every day until it was like, I think when my son got in the 6th grade, he was like, Mom, why we gotta keep saying that? I'm tired of saying it, I don't want to say it no more. And then, so I asked my daughter, I said, you tired of saying it? She was like, I don't care. Like, she was always, I don't care one way or the other. So I kind of stopped at the 6th grade. But I did that because I wanted to program them. I wanted to program them to be leaders and not followers. I wanted to program them to love themselves. I wanted to program them to be able to think on their own and feel like I'm a winner. I'm a winner, and believe that they're a winner. So, and I can see the results of it today. I know that they both know that they're winners. And that's programming. Actually, that's what happens to everybody in society. Television programs us a lot to think and behave a certain way. And so a lot of times we think lowly of ourselves because mainly programming. Unfortunately, the world programs us in a negative way. It doesn't program us in a positive way. But that's because this could really get deep, because this is a deep subject and people don't understand how the world operates and how the world really operates. Most people don't understand how it really operates. They don't understand that the world is a battle between good and evil constantly going on, and we're pawns in that game. And we're programmed to think negatively of ourselves. So we're programmed to believe that, the only way to make it is to go get a job. They purposely programmed us to believe that. So when you start owning your own business, you don't think about it. Like, how did you feel when you first, when you was in school, and did you think all the time, I'm going to own my own business? I'm not saying that everybody don't think that way. A lot of people do think that way. A lot of people are programmed to own their own business. And what I've kind of realized in life is most people who parents own their own business or grandparents own their business, kind of it sometimes trickles down where the children own their own business too. They have that entrepreneurial mindset because they grew up in a household with entrepreneurs, and so they develop their entrepreneurial mindset. But if you grew up in a household with parents who worked and had a job, you'll have that get a job mentality because your parents push you in that direction. I know my parents push me in that direction. Whenever you talk about, having your own business or whatever, they would say, you you better go get a job. I don't care. You need to get some money. You need to check. You better go get some money. Now, my younger brother, Sean, he never worked a job. He always had his own business. But ever since he was 2 years old, he worked he knew how to take things apart and put it together. And my parents recognized his talent at an early age. So when he was about 10 years old, my father set him up on an apprenticeship with one of his friends who was an electrician. And so actually at the age of 12, he started his own, he started selling newspapers. So he made enough money to start his own, he bought DJ equipment, started his own DJ business, and did very well at it because he used his newspaper clients. And every weekend they was having parties. He had he delivered newspapers to almost the majority of the town that I lived in. And they thought it was cute that this young guy was an entrepreneur, and they would hire him to do certain things. So his DJ, every weekend he was DJing somewhere. He was working all the time. And he was an electrician. So my parents was okay with him because they knew he had a visual talent. Now the rest of us didn't have visual talent, so it was like, you better go get a job. I don't care what you got to do, you better go get a job. But that's how we're programmed from the time we're in school. School is designed to program us to get a job. That is the entire purpose of school. That's the foundation of school. Because before schools was created, people worked for themselves. They had their own business, they made their own money, they farmed, they sold things, they made generational wealth for their families. But the powers that be they started creating, it became the Industrial Revolution. They needed people to work in these factories, but they couldn't get the people to work in the factories. It was like, why would I come work for you? So they had to change the mindset of the people and have the people have the mindset of a job. And even now you can see it to this day, because when people start talking about people about starting their own business or getting into a network marketing, people will be like, oh, that's a pyramid scheme. That's what they say. And they don't realize that the actual pyramid scheme is having a job. Like that's the programming. The world has programmed them to see something that's beneficial for them to be a pyramid scheme, so that they don't get involved, so they can have that job. And you can sit there and say that's not how it is, but you got to understand, I just told you in the beginning, it's a battle between good and evil. That's the evil part. The evil part is to make you feel like what's bad for you is actually what's good for you, and what's good for you is actually bad for you. But most people don't see it. You have to, when you start thinking outside of the box or outside of your programming and start opening up your mind to other things, then you'll be able to see it. So that's the thing is, it's all a mindset shift. You have to change your mindset, and you got to actually start by thinking of things that, what is it that you feel is holding you back the most? Like what part of your mind? You know, when I start really knowing about the mind, well, I heard this saying one time that we have between 60 to 80,000 thoughts per day. 60 to 80,000 thoughts. And in those thoughts, 90% of them are negative. We have 90% negative thoughts. Out of 80,000 thoughts a day, 90% of them are negative. And we have to start being conscious of our thoughts, because most of the time we're not conscious of our thoughts. Our thoughts just come to us. They don't, like, most of us not even conscious of the thoughts that we're having. But once you become conscious of your thoughts, you can start changing them. And that's what I started doing. I started being when I first learned this, I started becoming very conscious of the thoughts that came into my head. And if something came into my head that I didn't like, I would disagree with it right away. I'd be like, I rebuke you. That's not true. You know, you have negative thoughts. If you don't, like, oh my God, I'm so stupid. No, you're not. I reject that. No, I'm not stupid. Oh my God, I'm so fat. No, I reject that. Not holding on to that. Oh my God, I'm this. We always have, I don't care what it is, negative thoughts will creep into your head. Even if you're sick or you're not feeling, people say, oh, my back is killing me. It's a negative thought. Your back is not killing you. Stop saying that, because you got to understand your words. Your words is powerful. The Bible tells us there's power in the tongue. when you speak things, you're speaking prayers. Like, you may not realize you're saying a prayer, but you are praying, and you're praying over your life. If you're praying like, this back is killing me, eventually your back may kill you. And I'm not even joking, because you spoke it. And the words that you speak become your reality. So you have to be careful of the words that you speak. You have to be careful of the words that you think. They're not just idle words. Words are not idle ever. They're never just idle. Even if you're joking, you got to be careful with your joking, things that you're saying in a joke. Because things that you say followed by a strong emotion come to reality quicker. So if you're saying something like, if you're telling a joke and then you're laughing about a joke about yourself, if laughter is an emotion, and now you're following these words that you said by a strong emotion, you can manifest the thing into your life. It'll come into your life because it's a prayer. I'm gonna get on manifestation one day too, because that's we use the word manifestation, but that's the world blocking God out of our life and acting like you don't do. Let me just say this too. There's nothing that you do without the power of the Most High. It really isn't. If you understand that, you understand the power that you have. Most people don't. They have negative thoughts, and they think these negative thoughts. So today, we're going to become conscious of the thoughts that we have. You are a powerful business owner. You know how to recruit easily and effortlessly. People want to come work with you because you're such a wonderful person. You want to help other people win. You sincerely do. You want to help people win. I want to help people win. And I don't even tell you why I do this. I try to say it every day, but I help network marketers who are struggling or who are new to this business, newbies, to win. Now, I am no six-figure earner and have never been in this business. I'm not a 6 or 7-figure earner in this business. I'm not a leaderboard person yet. None of these things yet. I'm not. I will be, but right now I'm not. So what I do is I help people. I learn. And as I learn, I share the information that I learn with people who are like me, who want to win in this business. So go out today and become a winner. Be careful of those thoughts. You get 80,000, but that's going to bombard you today, okay? Out of those 80,000, 90% of them are going to be negative. So you got a strong chance of blocking those 90% so that eventually you won't have any negative thoughts. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye.